Welcome everyone to another episode of Perspective with Chris and company. I'm your host, Christian Dries. Starting off 2025 on the right foot. My guest today is a very great friend. He has an amazing story to tell, and I'm excited for y'all to hear his journey. Evan?
All right, thanks, Chris. Thanks for having me today. I'm excited. I like what you're doing with the podcast, so just excited to talk about a little bit of what I've been through, and hopefully it could touch some people. And yeah, just ready to get it going.
Yeah, and that's what the whole point of the name of my podcast is for this reason, for you to share your perspective on this life. But take me back. I want to start from the beginning. I want people to know back when we would ball at St. Augustine and we would be at the tournament and the championship.
Yeah.
Take me through your life, man. The beginning and all that.
Yeah, man. I mean, growing up, like you said, I liked playing basketball. I mean, I think we met when we played baseball together.
That's true.
That's cool. But playing basketball, that was like my favorite thing to do. Mm-hmm. A lot of people knew me as a shooter and the Laredo Hawks. But
shout out to the Laredo Hawks, man.
Laredo Hawks. Always beat the Laredo Rebels and whoever.
You're gonna start fights up in this channel, man.
The fast break. No, I'm just
dude.
kidding.
No, let me tell you. I literally maybe 2 weekends ago, I was having a conversation with the boys, and we always bring up those days, and we would talk about who was the best shooter, who was the best handler, and then we brought up your name, and we're like, that guy was a shooter, dude. He was an elbow pop shooter. I was thinking about it. Maybe Chris Middleton.
I can agree with that.
Yeah?
Kyle Korver.
Okay, you're a shooter like that.
Yeah.
Dude,
And
no.
we were more like a Chris Paul type player.
I don't know. I wanted to be Manu. Manu was my inspiration. Chris Paul was more like CT3. You remember?
Oh, yeah, Chris Trevino.
Yeah, shout out to Chris. So we would ball. Dude, baseball. I was talking to somebody. You remember when we would be like drafted to play baseball?
Yeah.
The coaches would have us try out, and the coaches would handpick the players. Isn't that crazy?
I remember being scared back then.
At like 9, 10 years old, getting drafted. Imagine.
Yeah.
Doing something with the pros do, MLB.
Yeah.
That's just
it was fun, though. I mean, I didn't like baseball, but it was fun doing that.
Did you play basketball all the way through high school?
Yeah, I played in high school a bit, freshman and JV. Just didn't get up to varsity, but I would still play in the parks and stuff with my friends. It's just a fun game to play.
I love it.
Yeah.
I tell my friends all the time, I think I'm better now than I was ever. I don't know why. I feel that way. I feel maybe just because I'm playing without care. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whoever wants to 2v2, we'll get you on the court soon.
Yeah.
So then after high school, we went to the same high school. We graduated the same year. After high school, where'd you end up going?
So after high school, 2019, I graduated, went to A&M, Texas A&M in College Station, so gig 'em. But it was a great experience. I was there for 4 years. I got my bachelor's in political science and a master's in public administration. So at that time, my goal was to maybe go into federal government in a agency in Homeland Security or something like that. But as we know, things change from time to time, so my path kind of changed. But throughout that time, the football games, the parties, the vibe, it was awesome. I didn't think I was gonna have school spirit there, but going there, they just kind of immerse you into it like a cult. So everyone always says that, but I got into it real quick and enjoyed meeting new people. Met my best friends there, my roommates.
Nice.
So it's just an awesome experience.
Yeah, I went to a few games up there, and I remember running into you a few times. But it's different over there, huh?
Yeah,
it's a good time.
Crazy. Good time, yeah.
Did you get your master's within those 4 years too?
Yes, so I did a program. It's called a 3+2, but for me it was 2+2. So it's where you get your bachelor's and master's at the same time.
Nice.
So it was tough. I got through it, but I felt like I earned it. So
that's good.
So, yeah.
That's crazy. Your master's 2 + 4 years, master's and your college degree, and at A&M.
At A&M.
Right. Yeah, dude, that's good. Congrats on that.
Thank you.
Was it at when was it? I remember it being around that time. Walk me through, this big change in your life.
All right. So it was 2023. So that was the spring semester of my last year. I started feeling pain in my leg, and I just thought it was, since I was playing basketball and stuff like that there, I thought it was just like knee pain. But it just turned into like burning sensations and just aches all over. Then it went up to my hip. But it was throughout the year, and at that time I was stubborn. I didn't want to get it checked. I wanted to get through school just in case it was anything serious. So I just didn't want my school to stop.
Right.
So I ended up graduating. I walked the stage, but right after I walked the stage, the pain just got even worse. Like
Really?
the adrenaline had knocked off just from getting my degree and walking the stage, and my pain was just unbearable. It took me a week to pack all my things and come back to Laredo to finally get it checked. So when I got it checked, we went to Laredo Sports Medicine here, and they took x-rays of everything, my knee and all that. They didn't find anything. So they took an x-ray of my back, and they found like a little, like something, like a white thing there. So they were like, we can't waste time on this. You have to go to the hospital, get it checked. So that's what we ended up doing that night. We got a biopsy of whatever was going on in there, a CT scan. It was crazy, scary night for me.
Wow.
But at the end of the day, I stayed there, and then the next day, that's when they said that it might be this. So it wasn't a full diagnosis, but it's still scary. Like, oh, it might be this. So
Yeah.
watch out. So it took like a week for the results to come back, and so what happened was that I had to go to an oncologist because it ended up being cancer. So they said, you're diagnosed with chondrosarcoma. And I went numb, like in that moment. But basically, chondrosarcoma, it's a rare bone cancer. It forms in the cartilage cells of your bones, and it just grows. So in my case, it grew in my pelvic bone.
Wow.
And just grew up into my organs and kind of like pancaked my kidney and things like that. So
Wow.
it was the size of a football, apparently. So
And all that happened pretty quickly.
so apparently the tumor was growing for years, and I didn't know.
Wow.
So it could have been 4 years. It could have been since high school, but I just didn't know because it's a slow growing tumor, apparently. But at the end of the day, the big question was why? Like, why did that happen? But there's no answers. I think with every cancer, there's no distinctive cause. I mean, we're getting a lot of things that can add to it, but there's no one real reason why that happened. So it was just a shock to everyone.
Yeah. And then how were those immediate moments for you and for your family? First couple of weeks, first days?
Yeah, man, it was stressful because it was just kind of like finding out where we need to go to take it out and to do things to treat it. But my immediate family and some of my tias and uncles were here, and almost every day just helping out, just doing things. We just had no idea what was going to happen. And then obviously the pain just got worse. So I eventually went from not being able to walk to being on crutches to being on a walker and then the wheelchair. So it just took over. But we ended up going to San Antonio to the cancer center there, and the surgeon there, he wasn't very confident in some of his colleagues and in the surgery itself. So we kind of just like got scared by that.
Yeah.
He still was going to do the surgery, and we were already scared that he's saying, I'm not confident in my other colleagues to help me out. So we ended up going to MD Anderson in Houston.
Yeah.
So that's like one of the biggest cancer centers in the country. We went there, and right away the surgeon I met there, oh, it's big, but we'll take it out. Don't worry, I got you.
Oh.
And she was cool. She was awesome. But there was a 50% chance that they were going to amputate my leg.
Wow.
Yeah. So
50%.
50%. Yeah. So it was gonna be determined the day of the surgery. So it was like 50%. They're gonna cut into it and see if it affected any of the important nerves. If it did, they were gonna have to cut my whole leg from the hip.
Wow.
So
And was that like, were you gonna wake up and find out?
yeah, so that was the thing.
Wow,
The
bro.
night before, I was like, what is gonna happen? Like I didn't know what was gonna happen.
Wow.
But so that day of the surgery, it just kind of was like, I'll leave it to God and see what happens. I listened to some music before they put what they call the cocktail drug in me, so I could numb out. But yeah, so it was a 15-hour surgery, and basically it's called an internal hemipelvectomy. So what they did is they took out my pelvic bone from the right side and the tumor, of course, and took it out, and they replaced that bone with my fibula, which is right here, and they screwed it onto my hip joint and sacrum bone, I think.
Wow.
So if you see an x-ray of it, it looks gnarly. It's like one side's gone and the other side's okay. But yeah, I'm just happy that thing's out because
Thank
it
God,
looked
bro.
ugly. I saw a picture of the tumor. It looked crazy. But yeah,
Wow.
I'm happy that I woke up and I saw my leg there. That's some big
Yeah.
thing.
How was that?
Yeah, it was. Well, I always woke up and I had no idea what was going on. I forgot what was going on. But then after a while, I regained my consciousness, and then I saw the leg. I was like, thankfully, granted, I was in pain and all that stuff, but at that moment, I was like, damn, how am I gonna walk again? Like this pain is so crazy, and my leg, like I couldn't. It felt paralyzed, like I couldn't move it for a few weeks. And then obviously with therapy and things like that, it got better.
Yeah. And you waking up in those moments with when you wake up and your legs still with you. What did that change the way you were thinking about things, future, present, like life on life, how it would change?
Yeah, I mean, when I woke up, and I spent 6 weeks in the hospital, so it was a struggle there. Like I said, around that time, even though I had my leg, I still had that negative voice that you're not gonna walk again. This sucks. Just ask for the amputation. Like just like you're not gonna bear it. But with the therapy and things like that, it slowly started kicking in and got stronger. I hated therapy, and I still do. Well, a little bit. Sorry, sports medicine, but it's helped me so immensely. But yeah, I mean, throughout those 6 weeks, I not only was the leg an issue. For the first 4 weeks, I couldn't eat or drink anything because they cut me in my stomach too. So it affected my stomach, the surgery, and. So basically, I had an NG tube that went down my throat into my stomach, sucked out anything that was there throughout those first 4 weeks, and I couldn't eat or drink water because then I would throw up. So I would still vomit without anything, like every 10 to 15 minutes at one point, and that was for 4 weeks. And I always asked the doctor, when are they taking this thing out? When are they taking this thing out? They said until the stomach is awake, so it was asleep.
Wow.
But yeah, so that was like crazy, and then just all the other things, man. But living in a hospital is not nice.
And the strength you grew being there. I mean, I can only imagine being there for 6 weeks and going through it.
Yeah.
You know, at what point do you think in that time did your mindset switch? Like, okay, I'm gonna do this. Like, I'm gonna get through it.
So I was on the phone one night with one of my roommates from college, Nathan, and I kept complaining to him like I always do, and I kept saying, "This is gonna be bad. Like I'm never gonna recover. Like all this stuff," and he kind of was just motivating me and just saying, dude, you got this. Like you're the strongest person I know, and it's just there's something that from hearing like those positive manifestations that just kick you up. And we'd always talk about Rocky, the movie Rocky. And he's like, that tumor and this cancer, that was Ivan Drago, and you're Rocky, and you're going to kick its ass.
Heck yeah.
So yeah, that phone call, I always remember it. We still talk about it to this day. He always brings it up. You see, bro, like, you're walking. Like, what did I tell you? So...
And when you start jumping, you better take a trip to Philadelphia and get on top of those stairs and put your fist in the air, man.
Yeah, man.
And is the cancer all gone?
So far it is. I still have to go every 3 months to Houston to check it. I don't know how long that's going to be, but it's going to be for a while. So they'll be checking it because it does have a recurrence rate, and it could also occur in the lungs too. So they're always checking that.
Good.
And they're always going to check to see if it's healing and things like that, my bones.
When the last time, or a few times when I saw you, you were in your wheelchair, right? Today, you opened the door with one crutch.
Yeah.
Tell me about when you started to now and how your progression has come.
Yeah, so when I started, so after I left the hospital, I still used the wheelchair for everything from getting up from bed, going to eat or whatever. I would use the wheelchair. I didn't leave my house when I got back from the hospital for a few months. Like, I didn't go to eat anywhere. I didn't go to the movies. I didn't do anything because the pain. But with therapy, it just got better over time. But yeah, I slowly progressed from the wheelchair only, then to the walker, then crutches, 2 crutches, which took a while, and now I'm on one crutch and a cane. I still use the wheelchair for long distance, like really long distance, but I'm working on my endurance and therapy right now to handle those long distances. But yeah, it's been like an evolution. Like, if you see the picture of, like, from evolution, the monkeys turning into humans, like me, from the wheelchair to the cane.
Yeah.
And then hopefully soon it'll be without the cane.
You understand how strong of a person you are, though, right? Do you believe that yourself?
It's hard sometimes. It's hard, but I do believe in it. I mean, at the beginning, it was very hard to, like, I was questioning, like, how could this happen to me? Like, I'm weak. Like, why did this happen to my body? Like, all these negative questions.
Yeah.
But over time, growing spiritually and mentally, I mean, I still have those battles. Everyone does, but having the right mindset has helped me a bit, and being able to talk to people that with similar mindsets and beliefs in me has helped me get over that barrier and still overcoming that. So
Yeah. Wow, man. And right now, how's it been currently? How's your life been currently?
yeah,
It's been how long? It's been 2 years.
it's going to be 2 years.
It's going on 2 years, right?
Yeah. So this past year, it's just been focused on recovery. I was contemplating what my future would be. So I was thinking, am I going to go back into my original interest of government? That's still up in the air, but I decided, I had a dream of mine to go to law school. So I was like, you know what? Let me apply for this and see how it goes. And that was another challenge in itself because I had to study for the LSAT exam and take the LSAT and then apply and all these things. And fortunately, just recently, I found out I got into law school.
Wow.
Yeah. At St. Mary's in San Antonio. Still waiting on a few others, but that one has always been a dream come true. So
wow, man.
Yeah.
Look at you, dude. Look at you. Claps in the videos, claps in the chat. If we were streaming live, we'd get a bunch of what do you call them? Gifts in the chat. W's. Wow, man. How does that feel?
It's awesome. When I found out a few days ago, I cried a bit. So
Yeah.
it was a big thing. It was a big milestone. I know the hard part is yet to start, but just getting that letter felt so good and redeeming. But yeah, I struggled so much to figure out if this was going to be the case, if this was what I was going to pursue. And I'm happy that I can say right now I am going to pursue that.
Dude,
So I'm excited, and we'll see how it goes.
kudos to you, man. I mean, right now, just speaking to you, there's a little fire that I feel within me just hearing your story, and I know that a few of our listeners also will feel that. I mean, going from this big turn in your life, and you're now in your progress, to hearing something that you've always dreamed about doing, while you're still making sure that you're okay. That's amazing, man. That's amazing. You should definitely
you.
be proud of yourself, man.
Yeah, and I understand that it's not gonna be easy at all. Just have to take care of myself still, obviously, and get better so I can walk again and fully, and then go to school. So it's gonna be a tough journey, and I realize that. And I'm not. I already went through one tough thing, so I think I'll be able to do it.
And where does your humility, your humbleness come from? You're a very humble person, though the experiences you've had in your life, you're humble, and like what brings that out of you?
Um, there's so many things. I mean, throughout my life, I've grown up with humble parents and a humble family, and grateful for what they've done for me in my life, especially throughout this period. My mom and dad were there at the hospital for every day almost, especially my mom. But there was a few instances at the hospital where I was like, come on, bro, because um, since I was at a cancer hospital, I saw basically everyone there is going through cancer.
Right.
So one day we were leaving the hospital room to go for a ride in my wheelchair. My mom was pushing me around, and we went to the cafeteria, and I saw this little kid in her wheelchair, no hair, skinny to the bone, and she was kind of like perched on her shoulder, like kind of, she looked lifeless, and her mom was pushing her around, and I saw that, and I was just like this is sad. Like I didn't care what was going on with me. I didn't care anything else, but seeing that kind of broke me that day. Just realizing that everyone else is going through something, and everyone has their issues and struggles, and there's always someone out there that is going through something a little worse than you. So I'm always keeping that in mind. So I'm grateful that I'm still alive and still having the opportunity to get better. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
There's also this one quote that I heard from a movie that I always think about, and it's if you look into someone else's closet, you wouldn't want to trade your stuff for their stuff. So basically, saying how be grateful for what you have and what you're doing, because at the end of the day, it's your life and nobody else's. So that's something I think about a lot.
And what is moving forward, right, day by day in your new in this journey that you're gonna go through, right? School, possibility of moving to San Antonio on your own. What's your mindset? What's a message to yourself that you think will help you?
Yeah, I think well, it's kind of a cliche, but like just go with the flow. I don't want to stress too much about what's to come. I'm just living today. Like I said, my main thing was getting that letter, and then now day by day I'll figure out how that's gonna work. Um, I like to say it's a good problem for me to have all those issues coming on, because there's gonna be more problems that aren't gonna be as good. So I just have to take it day by day and see how it goes.
I'm really big on writing a goal down, right? And putting a date on it. So if next week, I don't know, whatever the goal is, I want to hit it by next week. I want to ask you, if you do move to San Antonio, right? I would love to go to the park or the gym on 1v1 or 2v2, whatever the case may be. When do you think, and I want you to put it out in the world, that you will be able to get on that court and play ball?
Play like an actual game.
Play a game. What's your goal? What do you want that time to look like?
Well, realistically, I want that to be 5 years. Um, I know they've said that it's going to be a little tough to run again fully, but my goal right now is to get back to a light jog and then progress from there. But yeah, to play a basketball game, I miss it every day. It's crazy. It eats at me seeing all the games and then people going to the park and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I could still shoot and stuff, but like I want to play, you know.
You still got that? You still got that shot or no?
you know.
Oh
it.
my God, this guy still got the shot, man. Hey, once you have it, you have it. It doesn't go away, huh?
Yeah, no. At the hospital, they would take me out sometimes to shoot in my chair. So it was a cool thing. I got to shoot a ball again and stuff. But yeah, no, I'm really pushing to do that one day. Like I said, I think maybe 5 years. I hope.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Good, good. And I've had this conversation a lot of times, and I'm glad you brought it up. The go with the flow day by day. Obviously, right, there's things that you have to plan for, but that's kind of my mentality. I enjoy going with the flow. Today is today, and tomorrow will be tomorrow. Sometimes I won't lie to you, it bites me in the butt if I don't plan for something, but I don't know what it is. I just like that go with the flow.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's just a positive mentality to have because, I mean, we're all probably guilty of it, but overthinking just kind of presents a gray, big cloud over our days, and it's just not a good way to go by things. So just making sure that you're just living and being grateful, and that's it. Yeah.
That's what it is. Damn, I'm excited, man. Hopefully, I know you're waiting back to hear from other schools, but I'm up in San Antonio, so if you get up there, I mean, we'll definitely have some more conversations like this.
Yeah, man, and I know a bunch of other people are there too, so it'd be awesome to be there and get to see everyone and all that.
Yeah. I'm excited, man. I appreciate you sharing your story. I mean, this is something that I never knew about, so I was hearing it for the first time. And for sharing it with other people. It's pretty meaningful. And people go through different experiences in life, but the struggle sometimes is more common. And again, I appreciate you for sharing that.
Yeah, I appreciate it too. I haven't done anything like this, so being able to talk about my story and things like that, so that more people can see, it means a lot. So thank you for giving me that. I also want to say,
share with me more. You want to share? Share whatever you want.
No, you're good. Well, no, this is totally random, but we just found out about Lucas, so I just wanted to say that we're kind of. Well, I'm upset. I don't know about you, but I'm upset.
Well, I'll tell you this. Yeah, that Luka and Anthony Davis trade was. I don't know if it made any sense. It's crazy that we're going to see Luka play with LeBron, but the Spurs supposedly, by the time this video comes out, hey, we'll probably already know some different stuff.
We'll see.
Yeah, I think so. I want to talk about that. I'm wearing yellow because you're wearing your yellow ribbon as well. On February 6th, it's the Awareness Day, right?
Yes, so it's there's a group of the Chondrosarcoma Foundation. They recognize February 6th as Chondrosarcoma Awareness Day. So I'd be happy to send you a link or something you could attach to the video for the website so you could learn more about it. And if you feel inclined to donate, it would be awesome for research and treatment.
Yeah. And you're watching the video on this day, February 6th.
Yes.
So I wanted this to be for the support, for the awareness, telling your story. Yes. But you'll see the details below. February 6th is also my birthday.
Yeah,
so
happy birthday.
I'm excited about that too. Maybe I'll go have dinner and I'll put on a nice button-up yellow shirt or something just to show the awareness, man. Yeah, I'm excited. Man. Good. Well, again, Evan, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you sharing the story and open to, DMs are open, right? I know we talked about it a little bit. If you have questions, you want to reach out to Evan, let him know. I'm going to include his @ here below. But anything else you want to share?
No, man. Again, just thank you for the opportunity. I really appreciated it, and it's just like I said, day by day. I can't wait to see what's to come, and just to see what I can do in my life. So, yeah, the race continues. So
I like
excited.
that. The race continues.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.